Hey guys, how's it going? This is Joe here, and today is day 3 of my quit smoking um, thingy. Yeah, I have no idea what to call it. If anyone has a better idea what to call my vlog or whatever, that would be handy, because it sounds weird. But anyhow, so today's day 3, and um, I'll be honest, it is 12 something. It's like 12 o'clock, just after 12 o'clock, something like that. And I've just woken up. I was awake much earlier this morning and much earlier through the night. I think my body is definitely going through that detox phase. I'm outside because it's nice and bright and sunny today. It's quite warm, but last week or so, weekend, what are we, Thursday? Nearly 2 weeks, I think. No, I don't know, nearly a week or so. It's been, I should stop walking around because I turn around and my face goes dark. Been really crappy weather, and I'm walking again. Oops, I shouldn't say that word. Anyone who knows this cup knows what that word says. I'll put my coffee down. But I just woke up because my body is going through the detox phase, and I can feel it because I used to smoke. Anyone who was a smoker, you know that, or is a smoker, knows that your appetite when you're smoking declines greatly, and so did mine. I would probably have 1, maybe 2 meals a day, and sometimes earlier, in my early 20s, it got really bad, especially when I had very little money. But yeah, I mean, yeah, working at Subway, it was not too bad because at least my one meal was a pretty decent one. So, you know, I mean, wasn't getting everything that I needed, but I was getting more than I'd have if I, you know, then, for example, in my early 20s when I'd eat a bowl of cereal, and that would be my one meal for the day. You know, but yeah, my body's definitely going through a detox phase, and I'm hungry as anything. I never realized how much people ate, or how much I needed to eat when um, when I smoked. Um, but yeah, I've been having terrible sleeps as well because um, because now that I'm not smoking, I'm not having a coffee every hour or two of the day with a cigarette, and so, and you know, whereas I'd have, in all honesty, probably close to a dozen coffees a day. Well, was it eight coffees a day throughout the day, and you know, maybe a bottle of V during work or something. My body was getting so much caffeine, and now that I'm not smoking, um, I'm not getting all that caffeine in my body. I'm still having a bottle of V a day at work, and it takes me my entire shift to drink it. So, you know, eight hours to drink a 500 ml bottle of drink. But I'm not taking any water in because I any other water in because I just have such a bad habit with water. Yeah, and Yesterday was difficult. I was probably a bit dehydrated, um, at best. I was very tired. I was detoxing, and there were a few things that got to me, and I got really, really, really agitated. Um, Catching a whiff of cigarette smoke on someone, on a customer, um, and yeah, there were a good few times that I wanted a cigarette. Um, as I said, I haven't got any. I think I said that yesterday. No, I don't know. Somebody mentioned that in one of the comments on Facebook that uh, to not quit with when I run out of cigarettes, but instead to quit when I have a few left. So I suppose like in an emergency, you know, I can still have one. I know that they're still there, um, and I understand that the premise for that. Um, if things get too much or whatever. But I have found in previous times when I've tried to quit that if I have cigarettes available, that I give in too easily, um, and so yeah, um, yeah. I think there was even one time where I was trying to quit smoking a few years ago, and something peeved me off, and I got grumpy. And I can't remember exactly who I got grumpy at, but I I recall arguing with Kat about it, and there's a woman singing to her dog or something a couple houses over, and it sounded very interesting. But anyhow, yeah. So yeah, I got grumpy, and she stormed out, and she came back 5 minutes later, just threw a packet of cigarettes at me and said, "Have a cigarette." And um, yeah, and I had a cigarette, and I was back to square one. Um, I believe that's how it happened anyway. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I find that when I have a cigarette available, I'm going to smoke it. This time has been different. Um, I apologise if the wind is loud on this. Um, but yeah, I am outside after all. But yeah, if the first night, the night of day one, I recalled having a cigarette. Um, I recalled seeing a cigarette um, on a little shelf that we have outside our front door, and thinking to myself, I could go and have that um, at about 3:30 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. And then I thought to myself, no, I'm not going to go have it. I don't want it because I know that if I have it, then I'm going to be back at square one. And that's how much it's changed for me, which is really cool. Um, but anyhow, this video is getting a bit long. Yeah. But yeah, so things are interesting. Things are very interesting. Um, some aspects are easier. My the mental aspect of everything, psychological of it, um, the need for it is easier this time. Um, you know, having had terrible, terrible withdrawal symptoms every other time that I've tried to quit, I have very basic withdrawal symptoms now. And I seem to have better control over them, you know. And I suppose maybe that's due to being a bit older. Maybe it's due to making a proper conscious decision, rather than, I suppose I'll quit because 12 people are telling me to quit. Yeah, but, excuse me. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just dying here. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think I seem to have a bit more to be angry about at this point. And I won't go into that, but there are things that have happened over the last, well, quite a few things that have happened over, I'd say, the last 6 months, where there are a few people that I don't particularly like. Some of them very recently. And, yeah, and so hearing about them or seeing them or whatever, I'm doing my best to hold my anger. Doing my best to not get wound up by the thought of them. Yeah. It's a challenge, but it's a good challenge that if I can overcome it, then I can do better at it in the future. You know, and it will only better me. Mania. Yeah. This video is 12 minutes long, and this is far longer than I ever intended to have these videos. My first thought on it was, I'll upload a 2-minute video. and yesterday's one was 12 and a half minutes or something. No, not 12, 9.5 minutes or something. But anyhow, I will quickly say this. Thank you very, very much, everybody who's been giving me support. There were far, far, far more views on excuse me. There were far, far, far more views on that video yesterday than I ever expected to get. And as I said yesterday, it's not about the views. I'm not worrying about the views. It does help, but, it's kind of like, it's interesting, people are actually interested in what I'm going through. People are interested in what I have to say. And that's amazing, because I've struggled with that kind of thing all my life. People don't care about me or what I have to say. And so to see people actually taking an interest is really cool. But yeah, it's not about the views. This is kind of just a progression through my journey of quitting smoking. And I suppose kind of like a time capsule thing. Look back at it in a year and see how far I've come. But yeah, anyhow, thank you so much. I honestly can't thank all of you enough. All my friends, all my family, everyone here in Te Anau, everyone in Auckland, everyone in surrounding areas and wherever else you may be. Some people overseas. I can't thank you enough for supporting me with this, and I will never stop saying thank you. And yeah, just the words of encouragement that I've got have been absolutely amazing. I couldn't have asked for this much. Well, kind of did, but well, no, I asked for support, but not this much. But I've got this much anyway. Anyhow, yeah, yeah, it's amazing because it's giving me strength to push through. And every other time I've tried to quit, by this time I will have had a cigarette, and I will have been back to square one. I think there's only one other time that I've ever made it past 3 days, and I didn't have this much support, but I had support around me, and yeah, and but yeah, after a couple of weeks, and this is not to discourage the people that were supporting me. If you know who you are, you know who you are. But yeah, this is not to discourage you, but this, it was just a downfall on my part, not yours, and you know, can't ever apologize enough for that. But yeah, this time it's easier. This time I've got so much support and so much encouragement and love coming through, that in all honesty I can't imagine myself failing. I won't say that I definitely won't fail, and I definitely won't say that I won't stumble, but I suppose, as I said yesterday, you're not a failure if you stumble, you're a failure if you don't ask for help. And I quite like that saying now. So, copyright or whatever, anybody uses that, you have to give me $5. But anyhow, as I said yesterday, this video is getting far too long. But as I said yesterday, I am doing streaming and stuff. I want that to be a positive thing that I unreplace smoking with. I smoke a lot less when I smoked a lot less when I played video games. And, video games may not be the most productive thing in the world, but I smoked a lot less when I played video games. And I interacted with friends online and everything like that. And so, if you don't like video games, well, I think they're pretty positive. But yeah, so I'm streaming on Twitch. I am going to be streaming at some point tomorrow. I will do one more. I'll do a short smoking vlog thing tomorrow morning, because I want to stream sometime during the day tomorrow, because I always stream at night because I have work and I'm a night owl and I stay up. And lately I've been having, oh no, it's over there, it's dog barking. I've been having bad sleeps anyway, but I don't do well with morning. So anyhow, I am going to be streaming. I will do a quick video in the morning, a proper quick video in the morning. Hopefully it won't be as long as this, but we'll see. And so, yeah, I ramble a lot, especially when I'm nervous. And this is a bit out of my comfort zone. I can do gaming and stuff and do streaming and stuff because I distract myself with the game, but this I don't really have a distraction, and it makes me nervous. I'm not a public speaker. But anyhow, streaming tomorrow during the day sometime. Hopefully, around midday if I get up on time. I have to do housework beforehand, even though it's my day off. Helping my wife, because I love her. But yeah, going to be streaming. In the video that I put up tomorrow, I will link my Twitch account. If you watch things on Twitch, then feel free to come along. If you have the app, you'll get notified. If you watch through the browser, I don't know how it works, but yeah, I never got notified of anything through the browser, except through email, which I was never on enough. Yeah, and I'd find them 3 weeks later and delete them. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what game I play. I'll let you know. Well, no, you'll find out when I start streaming. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is something positive that I want to put in place of smoking. And so if there's anybody out there that can support me, that wants to support me in that, that would be amazing. I'm not asking for subscribers, because that costs. And at this particular point in time, frankly, I don't believe that the quality of my gaming and everything and commentary and whatnot is worth money. But at the same time, I have heard somebody say that if... Sorry, it's getting warm out here. I have heard somebody say that if you do something that you love, that takes up your time, ask people for money for it. You should expect to get paid for it. I'm not expecting to get paid for it, but I would love to in the future. Yeah, but if any of you feel the need to, or just want to, that's up to you, and I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, but anyhow, 22 minutes. So much reading this shortly. But yeah, I will put information in these videos tomorrow when I have the day off, because it would take a bit of thinking about what I'm actually going to put into it. The one thing I want to do with my streaming and with my life overall is be an influencer, whether it is online, through my streaming, through YouTube, through what I do as a job, what I do as my next job, I should say. No, yeah, I want to influence people for the better. There are a lot of things and people out there that are bad influences, and I don't like that. Yeah, and yeah, so I would love to be a positive influencer. So yeah, anyhow, I'm going to stop talking now, because otherwise I'll carry on. Anyhow, beginning of day 3 for me of not smoking. Yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully, I will catch some of you in a stream. We will see. Alright, thank you guys. Love you heaps. I can't say it enough. Thank you very, very, very much. And I will see you tomorrow.